I have here a Proteus setup again for Arduino with a load of 3 motors. Okay, so I want to have a sequence in this for the 3 motors. So if I will press start 1, so either 1 or 2 motors can be started, and then start 2, another set of motors, start 3, another set of motors. Okay, and the sequence can be stopped at any time, okay, using this push button here. So this S1 is connected to A0, A1, A2, A3. All the push buttons here are connected to analog inputs of the Arduino. But here, this A0 will become your input 0.2, 3, 4, and 5. Input 0.2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have here the outputs for the motor. So relay 1 is connected to output 0.0, input output 0.1, and output 0.2. And we have 3 motors here, 12-volt motors, M1, M2, and M3. So we will create a program here for Arduino to have these 3 events of starting, but we will use say for example at event 1, motor 1 and motor 2 will start, and then after that motor 2 and motor 3, if I will press the second button, and the third button, if I will press it, M1, M2, M3 will start together. Okay, so event 1, M1 and M2 will start, and then event 2, M2 and M3, and then event 3, M1, M2, M3, and then I can stop the sequence at any time using my stop button here, connected to input 0.5. So we'll check 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, input 0.5. Okay. Okay, so I will use our app here, the PLC Sim 2. I will start this one. I'll start to program the Arduino in ladder. Okay. Okay, so our outputs will be output 0.2, 3, 4. Okay, output 0.1, I mean 0.1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so instead of using this, I will first use a buffer or a memory. Okay, later on we will put all the outputs. So I will edit the coil, and this one will be B000. Okay, so update, and I will use here, as I have specified a while ago, this will be input 0.2. Okay, so this is input 0.2. Okay, and after that I will put my stop button, still normally open, so this will be input 0.5. Okay, so the put in mind that the stop can terminate the sequence at any time. Okay, so I will have to put my okay, I will have to put my latch here. Okay, and this will be B0.0. Okay, so I will add that one, and then after the sequence, start number 2 can trigger the second event, but only if the first event is already triggered. Okay, so we will put here another rung. Okay, and I will use the output as a memory again, B0.1. Okay, and then it can be triggered by input 0.3. Okay, and then I will add it. Okay, so I will put my stop button. Okay, I will put my stop button here. Okay, okay, so I will first put my B00. Okay, and then I will put my latch here. Okay, so this will be B0.0. Okay, just check here. Yes. Okay, so only we can trigger only input 0.3 or the B0.1 if B0.0 is already triggered. So I will change this. Sorry, I will change this to B1. Okay, so update. Okay, so next event, I will add again another one. Okay, so this will be B02. Okay, we will add it, and the input 0.4 will be our push button here. Input 0.4 for the last event here, and I will add it. Okay, and then this will be triggered if only B0.1 will be activated. So I will put here B0.1. Okay, so I will add it. Okay, and then I will put my latch here. So this is B0.2. Okay, that one. Okay, so all our flags are being set. Okay, sorry, the established. So I will put now the loads. Okay, so we'll put the loads. First load is output 0.0, output 0.0. Okay, and the second load is output 0.1. Okay, and the third load is output 0.2. So take note, this will drive the relay, and then it will drive our M1, M2, and M3. So according to sequence, the M1 and M2 will start first. Okay, so M1 and M2, this is your M1 and this is your M2. So when you press the push button here, the start one, B0.0 will be true or will be triggered. So I will trigger, this one is your B0.0, your M1, okay, and M2. Okay, so this again will be our B0.0. Okay, so these two will be triggered first, and after that, okay, I can now press input 0.3 since B0.0 is already turned on. Okay, so I will turn on motor 3. Okay, so motor 3 together with motor 2. Okay, so B0.1, I will trigger motor 3, okay, because our sequence will be M1, M2, okay, and then M2, M3, and then M1, M2, M3, okay, so B0.1. Okay, so the motor 3 is already triggered, but we need to turn off motor 1, and we will leave motor 2 turned on, okay, but we will have to turn on motor 3 with M2, but we will be turning off motor 1. Okay, so I will turn off motor 1, so I will be putting here B 0.1. Okay, then add. Okay, so motor 2 and motor 3 now is running. Okay, so first motor 1 and motor 2, okay, and then motor 3 will be started upon pressing input 0.3, but we will leave M2 turned on, okay, but we shall turn off motor 1. Okay, so next one, at the third event, we will be turning on 3 motors. Okay, so we'll turn on motors 1, 2, and 3. Now, at this moment now, motors 2 and 3 is already on, so I will just turn motor 1 back on. Okay, so this will be triggered again by bit 0.2, okay, or the memory B 0.2. So I can just bypass this one, or I can put from here to here. Okay, so say I will bypass this B 0.2. Okay, so I will put it here, and motor 1 will be turned on again. So this will be B 0.2. So I will put here B 0.2. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I will check if this is already working. So I will just press the no, I will first put push buttons. Okay, so I will put here IO. So my input started at input 0.2. So I will put the push button here. Input 0.3, push button again. Input 0.4, push button again, and input 0.5, push button again. So all the push buttons are normally open. Okay, so I will save it. Okay, and I will check if it is okay now. Okay, so press. Okay, so motors 1 and 2. Okay, motors 2 and 3. Okay, motors 1, 2, and 3, and then turning off all. So at any time, I can turn off the motor at any turn off the system at any point, no, of our sequence. Okay, so I can turn it off, and then I can turn it off, and then I can turn it off. Now take note that this should be a sequence. The second event can be turned on only if we will first turn on the first event. Okay, so I will turn on the second one, turn on the third one, and then I can stop it. Okay, I cannot turn on second. I cannot turn on motors 2 and 3. I cannot turn on motors 1, 2, and 3 together. It must be M1 and M2 first, and then M2 and M3 second. Okay, and motors M1, M2, M3 last. Okay, then I will turn it off. Okay, so I will press the stop button in order to save this. Okay, save. I will put here LX22. Okay, and I will press OK and then save. Yes. Okay, and then after that, generating from a file. Okay, then the program is correct. I will try to test it. I will exit the app here and I will transport it to Windows. Okay, I will transport it to Windows. I will check and see codes. And then the last one is our program. This one. Okay, let us check the file name x264. That's correct. Okay, so I will open this one, and this is our file for the Arduino. So I will export it to Windows. Okay, and I will export it and go to our folder here, Arduino test file. We have it selected. So it's really transported, and I will close this one. Close. Okay, so let us try the program. Okay, let us try the program here. Okay, so I will have to play the simulation. Okay, so I can press the start one. So motors 1 and 2. I can stop it at any time. And then again, I cannot start the second sequence. I cannot start the third sequence. Okay, but I have first to start the first one, S1, and then S2 for motors 2 and motors 3. Okay, and then all the motors together. Okay, and I can stop it. And then again, start 1, motors 1 and 2, start 2, motors 2 and 3, start 3, all motors. And then I will stop it again. Okay, so this is your program, and we have the program loaded, and we have simulated 3 motors here, and then we have 3 relays. Okay, so these relays should be in a circuit. Okay, and there are pre-drivers for this relay, and we have just loaded it directly to Arduino. Okay, so again, start 1, okay, start 2, start 3, and then stop. Okay, start 1, you can stop it at any time, but I cannot engage S2 and S3, the event for S2 and S3, but have to start the first event first, and then second, I can press stop at any time. Okay, so start again, start 2, and start 3, and then stop. Okay, so thank you, and please study.